All wings report in.
HouseDog, standing by.
MotherGoose, standing by.
Lowtech Tuck, standing by.
Lock S foils in attack position. Animal Squadron ready for battle.
Well, hello there, and welcome back to the Animal Squadron podcast. I am your host, HouseDog, and with me, as always, my two very best buds in the whole world. It's MotherGoose.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And the Bionicle legend himself, T-Nell, Lowtech Tuck.
What up? What up,
the
everybody?
Hero of Metro Nui.
That's right.
The one and only.
The self-proclaimed green guy, because I don't remember his name.
Gotta love the green one.
He is the best. He is the best.
Nah, Fire Guy or Ice Guy was the coolest.
Well, I mean, the
That's just
ice
'cause
guy
you're not
for
the
sure
green
is the
guy.
coolest. But,
He's pretty cool.
well, I mean,
Coolest doesn't always mean best.
yeah, he's the coldest, I mean. But
He's the chittest.
and then the fire guy's the hottest, for sure.
For sure.
So the water guy's the wettest, which I think
It's
the
a
water
girl.
person was actually a girl.
It's a girl.
So,
So I guess, yes, technically so.
man, 2 minutes into the show and Elijah's already got to put an explicit on it.
Well, no, we're
Wood.
just saying
Next
that,
question.
that it's the elements. Also, does that mean that the brown guy, is he the hardest because he's the rock guy?
No, that'd be the black one.
Is he the rock one? What does the brown
Well,
one do?
There's two. The brown one is like dirt, and the black one is
Oh.
rock. It makes no sense.
Gotcha.
There's two ground elements.
Yeah, seems a little unfair.
And there's no electric
one-
guy. That'd be cool.
One can dig, and then one like just moves rocks. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, the
remember?
brown one's the one that makes the sand tornado. In my favorite part, whenever he throws the sand thing, and then the fire goes, and the fire guy's like, "And fire!" And then like the green guy like skateboards by, and he's like, "Haha, makes glass." Yeah, and that's my favorite part anyway. So
Hell yeah.
What a time going down the Bionicles hole. But
Yep.
today is not for Bionicles. Today is for Skeleton Crew. That's the show
Yeah.
we're doing. That's what it's called. Skeleton Crew, episode 6.
Yeah, 0 friends again.
That's how I feel most of the time.
You're just mad because we don't dedicate 100% of our time to you all the time.
As
every
you
day.
should. As you should.
he expects us to be home with our tails wagging, waiting for us.
Just
as soon
waiting
as he
for
opens
him.
the
That's
Yeah.
right.
He doesn't have to give us all of his attention. We just need to be there whenever he wants ours.
That's
Well,
right.
because we need to be good dogs. That's what it is.
Right.
It's not my fault you're not awake at 3 a.m., okay?
Yeah. I totally wasn't awake at 3 a.m. yesterday. Totally.
I haven't been awake at 3 a.m. in probably years.
Hey, because you're a mature adult crushing life, and I'm proud of you.
No, I mean if I could, I would, but I can't. I can't be up at 3 and then get up at 6:30. That's horrible.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yep.
Well, what did you guys think of this episode?
Good. Good soup.
It is good soup.
It was really good soup.
I mean, like one thing, I love those little crab droids, man. Love them.
Love the crab droids.
The hermit crabs were great.
And also, I love that they're actually evil. That was funny to me.
Right?
And they just repeat everything to make you
Yeah,
think that they agree with you.
I kind of figured they were going to be evil. I loved... They were great. The little hermit crab guys were great. And they all had different, like, droid parts as their shell. One had, like, a protocol droid foot as their shell.
Yeah.
Or, like, a whole leg.
And the other one had like half of a mouse droid on his back.
The poor
It was great.
One of my favorite parts about these crabs is the giant one was actually done in stop motion.
Really?
Yeah, which I didn't know when I first watched it, but a TikTok video, behind the scenes video popped up like a week or two ago showing how they did it, and I just thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
I think you're so cool.
I really
Thank
thought
you.
it was CGI, honestly.
Yeah,
fooled me.
I did
They fooled
too.
me. Yep. Those sneaky practical effects, they get you.
Yeah, There
was
probably
some
is some
CGI.
CGI mixed in there just to help blend it into the scene, but just the effort they went into making this thing look good, it was a ton. And I just love when Star Wars goes the extra mile for their projects.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to start by talking about the kids, or should we talk about Jod's storyline, saying they're kind of separate this week?
I mean, we open with the kids.
Okay. Something I really loved about this episode and the kids' story in general is that we got to see some conflict between them, but we also got to see them split up in their not normal groups. Like, usually it's Wim and Neil and KB and Fern, and we got them splitting up and going different ways, which I thought was a nice contrast to the rest of the season so far.
Yeah. And then also, too, they accomplished another coming-of-age movie trope. You gotta have a fight, and you gotta split up.
Right?
Got to. But, yeah. And I like that. And also, one thing I like about it, too, is that they fight like real kids would fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it was written really well.
I think that's one of my favorite parts of the series as a whole is that these kids talk, fight, sound like kids. And I think that's something a lot of writers struggle with because they're adults. They are living an adult life, so they kind of struggle to write children. The writing team, the directors, and the actors did phenomenal.
Yeah.
Would one of you fine gentlemen remind me who is Neil and who is Wim? Because I genuinely can't remember.
Neil's the elephant boy.
Neil's the elephant.
Neil's the elephant. Neil's the one that Mac wants dead.
Yes.
Because he's sweet and innocent.
Yeah.
And he should die.
Yeah, Mac's the kind of guy who just, like, someone gives him a flower and he just, like, crushes it in his hand just because he can.
When Neil was climbing up the cliff, were you hoping he'd fall?
I think we all know the answer to that question.
Yeah, just wanted to get it out there. How did you guys feel about it being confirmed that KB is a cyborg?
I did not like the part where they open up the back of her skull.
It was a little wild.
freaky.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, maybe the cybernetics have gone too far in Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing I like about it, too, is they added a little bit of lore to it, like, after the accident, which is, I'm assuming, why she's a cyborg. She was probably, born a normal girl, and then something happened, and I'm assuming that this was life-saving somehow, and that's why they did it.
Right. Because I know we were talking about if she was, earlier in our review, if she was a cyborg or if it was just just like a piece of tech, like some headphones with this cool glasses attached.
They're not.
They're not. That's her brain.
She's just
She's
like
got
that.
a hole in her head.
She's just like that dude from Cloud City.
Yeah.
Lobot.
Lobot.
I like how we each had to say it.
Yeah. You just got to get it out of our system.
Hey, Lobot's a cool guy. I recently saw a video of Lobot in one of the Force Unleashed games. In one of the versions, you're on Cloud City.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You encounter Lobot.
And let me guess, you kill him.
No, he helps you out. He's trying to help you find the senator.
Could never kill Lobot. He's too chill.
That's true.
Something I loved about this episode with their fight and them splitting up and KB's whole being a cyborg was the Fern thinks KB can do anything that she can do thing. Because neither of them were necessarily in the wrong in this fight. Like, I think it's great that Fern, doesn't look at KB differently. But also she's still in the wrong for not acknowledging that, because of her cybernetics, she just can't do everything that other kids can do. And I think that was a lot of depth to add into a child's argument.
Yeah. Yeah, and it also kind of shows, too, that Fern, like a lot of kids, especially in that situation, like, she just, with the line last episode of, like, what are you worried? Are you worried about the water impacting your, corroding your circuits? Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. And, like, I can see a lot of kids saying that, like, in that sort of situation, like, oh, you'll be fine. Not that big of a deal.
Right. And then we see the parallel with Neil as he's climbing the cliff, you know, telling her like, yeah, my arms are shorter than yours. I literally cannot keep up.
Yeah.
Sounds like Neil's just being a baby.
And he even
Sounds like you just hate babies.
but he even says too, he's like, Fern, I can't do everything you can do. Like he even says it.
Yeah. And good
just
for
like how
him
the,
sticking up for himself.
That's right.
The hermit crabs, their canonical name is literally trash crabs.
Yep.
I do love that.
That was pretty great.
I think I've found my people in Star Wars.
Just gonna go hang out with the trash crabs.
For me,
I think we'd get along
for
pretty
me,
well.
I think it's the little crab people from Ahsoka.
Yeah, same.
The ones
Same.
that just live in like the little mobile homes and they just like
speak
their little nonsense language. I love those guys.
Oh, they had such a cute name too. I gotta find it.
Now we just have to wait for Elijah to find his. You know what? I feel like you guys would both live in that little village.
We would. We'd be happy. We'd maybe even be roommates. I don't know.
We might be roommates.
And then we'll fall in love.
And they were roommates.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I think the big thing is them getting their ship, and it's revealed that the like crappy outer layer was just a disguise. How did you feel about that?
I thought it was cool.
Yeah. I thought it was a cool ability for a ship to have. I mean, with pirates, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, if they're worried about being boarded, like I would assume that by blowing off the outer shell, you could probably break off an airlock by doing that. I'm assuming that's why they had it. But
I hadn't considered that. That's really smart.
Either that or, like, if you have a bunch of treasure on the ship, you just blow up the large part of the ship, and that way nobody gets the treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I can't have it, no one can.
or maybe too they could use it as a distraction. I don't know exactly like how it would look in space, but maybe if there's like a missile that you don't think you could escape, you could just blow the hull off, and then the missile would hit it, and it looks like you died. And so whoever's chasing you might quit chasing you.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, if you could, like, time it to where you hyper jump out of there right as it, the hull explodes.
Mm-hmm.
All they see is the leftover debris. Yeah.
So I see it as being
Very
pretty useful.
interesting concept.
It's probably it's one of my favorite ship features that I've seen. I like it.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. They foreshadowed it earlier in the season. Don't hit that button. To actually see what it does, I thought was really cool. And the actual ship the design is so sleek. I really like it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Also, on the reverse side, the trash compactor thing, I also think is kind of cool.
Oh yeah,
The big trash compactor tractor thing.
just running through.
Yeah,
How many of the crab people does that thing grab every day?
it's true.
Not
also,
the trash crabs.
It was Noti was the name of the crab people.
Oh, the no team.
Yeah,
I do like those guys.
Those are your people.
there are people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is there anything else with the kids you guys want to talk about before we move over to Jod's story?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think that pretty much covers, for the most part, what happens. Oh, I do like the inventiveness of how they fix. What's her name?
KB.
KB. With sand casting a new rod in the sand.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I think that's a really important scene for just how traumatic this journey has been on the kids. Because, I mean, Wim should not have had to have been put in that situation where he had to save KB's life.
Yeah.
That must have been really hard emotionally on him. But also, he got through it, he saved her life, and good for him.
Also, too, that does bring another question. Do you think that if she, let's say she actually shut down, do you think she would be dead? Or do you think that there'd be a way to, fix her later?
I think she would have been dead. I don't know for sure, but my guess is that because it's essentially her brain, it helps just keep her body running. So, if it shuts down, does her lungs stop breathing? Does her heart start pumping,
Yeah, I guess with a cyborg that makes sense. She's still got to have life support somehow.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not entirely sure.
I think we're ready for Jod, sounds like.
Jod out here finessing the pirates.
Yeah. Yeah. Clever
Jod
man.
scenes were great. Just him
Yeah.
popping out of that hole to begin with, and then 33 coming up later. And I guess the pirates that got sent to kill them didn't die in the acid pool because they're all there.
Yeah, I think some of them died. There were probably a couple that were down there, but I think most of them, were just outstanding watching. Because it's not like you need 20 pirates to drill a hole in a door.
Plus, they may have
I guess.
thought it might be dangerous, so they just sent the peons down there.
Yeah.
I just love that moment whenever 33 pops up out of the hole and Jod's trying to figure out how to get out of this. So he's like, 33, attack! And he immediately gets shot.
Yeah. They came prepared after their first fight with 33.
Yeah. I just need to see 33 kill more.
Yeah, just need to see that robot just do all kinds of killing.
I do.
I really loved how his scenes were set up with the, hourglass
Oh, yeah.
blue slime. I don't know what it
Plasma.
was, but it looked really cool, and I think that's a great lore addition to the pirates, like giving each pirate a chance to defend their case before being killed.
The plasma still runs, sir.
It's part of the code.
I do like that they brought in some pirate lore, like rules and everything, that they do have some type of, I guess, like respect or
Yeah.
something.
Yep. Yeah, they have different parlays is what they are.
Parlay.
Arr, it's a parlay.
I really like how well Jod knows his crew. I don't think it's because he cares about them. Like, he didn't care about that guy who wanted to become a farmer or the girl who wanted to be captain of her own ship or whatever. I just think he paid attention so that he could specifically use it to manipulate them later in life.
Yeah.
But I mean, it also goes to show that Jod does know his crew.
Yeah.
Mac, are you trying to stand Jod right now? You trying to defend him?
I still don't know. I still don't know.
Yeah. You got 2 more episodes to figure it out.
Jod's been a hard character to try to defend.
But I think with that, though, that there's a possibility, and I think a decent one, that Jod will redeem himself somehow. I don't know if that'll be completely, but, I mean, just the way that this thing typically goes with him being a main character and all, and there already being an established big bad,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that we've seen the last of him on the kids' side. Or, like, at the very least, defending them. In some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but we have discussed that, not every story has to be a redemption story.
It's true. But just based on what we're seeing, I think that's likely that it will be.
I think if he does wind up helping the kids, it's to help himself.
Right. But as far as it going, I could see him helping them, even if it's for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
You know.
Yeah, Elijah knows.
Yeah.
I just remembered that. Hold on.
Nah.
Hold on. This guy already knows.
I'm just in the dark. Lost in the dark. My only light is you two boys.
I don't think he is.
It sounds like we should shut the basement door again, Mac.
No.
He sounds like
No.
Elijah needs more time in the dark to pay for his sins.
Yeah.
No.
That's it. Get down there. You're not allowed to come out.
If you're nice, we'll think about feeding you.
No, not even that. He doesn't deserve food.
If we're nice, maybe we'll put an AC down there.
That's right. That's right. I mean, it's spring. You'll be fine.
Yeah, for a little bit.
You'll be fine. Couple more months. You're good.
Yeah.
And then the wind's going to knock out Tuck's power again, and you're going to really be down there in the dark.
Yep.
Gonna find me down there like a baked potato one day.
Just right next to my boiler.
Yeah. I just give up and go sleep next to the boiler.
Elijah's gonna become a
Can't
trash
beat 'em,
crab
join 'em.
down there.
Can't beat him, join him. It's like one mild
man.
inconvenience, and he just walks right up to the trash compactor thing and just like, well, that's it.
Yeah, lost
Might
on
as well.
Skull Ridge. Let me just go walk into the trash compactor.
Might
That or
as
the
well.
crabs. Oh man. Well, I know this episode was a little shorter. Was there anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
Are we missing anything else that happens in the episode?
I don't think so. I mean, Jod insults the captain, the wolf guy, tells him, "We all know wolf guy's a good second mate or first mate."
Yeah,
Right to his face.
that is pretty solid.
He's gotta build some, he's gotta discredit him a bit in order to get out, and then he gets threatened with being pushed out of the airlock if this doesn't pay off. So
Yeah.
my question is, we knew on that other planet, one of the other treasure planets, that they had that giant defense laser. So if the pirates do make it to Atatin, which seems like it's gonna happen, is Atatin gonna have one of those lasers as well?
Maybe. I mean, I think that has to do with what the barrier is, because we still don't know. But I wonder if the barrier is some sort of like laser force field, and maybe that's what the laser's referring to, or if they have some sort of like orbital laser defense that they can just like fire, like some sort of like Iron Dome in space kind of thing. Or actually, you know what it'd be just like? It'd be like Reagan's Project Star Wars in the 80s with the satellites with the lasers. Are you guys familiar with that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it'd be like that. And it makes sense. Project Star Wars. Star Wars.
Yeah.
Hey, an interesting to point out about this episode, it was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard.
I feel like she's crushed every episode she's done across all the Star Wars series. Like, I know she's worked on The Mandalorian a couple episodes.
Yeah.
She's worked on this one. Did she do any Ahsoka episodes?
I think so.
I feel like she's been involved in everything.
I'm decently
Ahsoka-
sure she directed like the Ahsoka episode where she fights Morgan. I believe that was Bryce Dallas Howard that did that one.
I
Yeah.
feel like she's done some Boba Fett too.
Probably, yeah. She always does an amazing job, whatever she's working on.
Oh yeah, and also just in general, really, if she's involved, I can almost guarantee it's going to be a good project.
Yeah.
Like
for
even
sure,
like the new
for sure.
Jurassic Parks are solid. Like
Yeah.
I think if she's involved, it's just going to be probably a banger. So
Well, I think that's all for today. We'll see you guys in the next one. If you're listening somewhere where you could leave us a review, that would help out a ton if you could. And if you want to be a part of this conversation, you can email us at animalsquadron@gmail.com. Again, that is animalsquadron@gmail.com. For the Animal Squadron, this has been MotherGoose.
HouseDog.
and Lowtech Tub.
Goodbye, everybody.
Adios.
Goodbye.